Welcome to the From Burnout to Recovery show with your host, Dr. Kate. This is where your journey to burnout recovery starts. Are you feeling overwhelmed or like work has become unmanageable? Join me and my guests for open and honest conversations about burnout recovery from the comfort of the front porch. I am here to help you build your resilience and prepare you for burnout in a whole new way through a variety of perspectives. Move past the idea that burnout can only be addressed by avoidance and work to integrate recovery into your daily life. Relax, take a breath. The From Burnout to Recovery show starts now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the From Burnout to Recovery show with Dr. Kate on Transformation Talk Radio and member of the Cornelius Stephanie Media Group. I am your host, Dr. Kate, and I'm excited to welcome you to the show today. Remember, as you enjoy the show, hit that subscribe button, give us a 5-star ranking, and leave a review if you're so inclined. And don't forget to download the KS Media Group app for all the world's best influencers in one place. Today, we are being joined by our guest, Iveta Bartoloviča. She is a health, life, and mindset coach, the founder of 5 Elements Coaching. During the past 20 plus years, she has learned various natural and energy medicine techniques, mindset, NLP, Vedic astrology, a Reiki Master, breathwork, energy exercises, tapping, meditation, Meridians, Chakras, Lymphatic system, herbs, essential oils, and many other tools and techniques. She has combined these techniques and created her own method based on the 5 keys to unlock your health and well-being. She worked in the corporate space for 24 years as a high-level finance expert, but after being part of a headcount reduction, dealing with health issues, and healing herself, she decided to dedicate her life and work to helping others. She is currently working on a project for women in business who want to increase their energy and productivity and work on their health and well-being by implementing less time-consuming tips and tricks in their daily routine. Iveta, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I am so excited to have you with us today. And if you would, to get us started, tell us just a little bit more about yourself and the impact that burnout has had on your life and your own journey to recovery.
Okay, great. So I think the main information you already shared about me, like the basics, why I'm here and what I'm doing. So we can start with this burnout story, how I went from where I was to the current day and what I'm doing. So let's start with my first burnout. It was actually early 20. I was not working already quite long, it was my first job. And of course, as everyone in our first jobs, we are trying to prove ourselves. So we are working extra hours. We are not taking care of ourselves. So, and we are still young and we think we are invincible and nothing can happen with us. So, and I think it was 23, if I remember correctly, year. Now I'm 47, so it's 24 years ago. And I got ill. It was some kind of virus. And of course, I don't care. I am going to work with all my virus and didn't recover properly. And virus became lung infection. And then after, I was very, very ill. And doctor finally realized that it might be tuberculosis. So I was sent to hospital. And as you know, tuberculosis is a very heavy disease. You can even die from it. And then it was very bad. I know it now. But that time ago, I was thinking, okay, I need to recover as soon as possible. And this I didn't understand in that point. It was my burnout and not taking care of myself. I was thinking, okay, it was just some kind of infection. That's all. And then I decided, okay, I need to recover. but condition was very bad. Of course, the doctors was keeping me in the hospital, and I saw that there were so many people already for several years in the hospital. So, but I was not even considering it as an option. And I was very lucky. My mother found a very good healer. And who is working with natural medicine and also energies, and she taught me many good things, like how to use like everyday products like vegetables, some juices, some oils to clean body, to do the detox of the body. So I started to do detox of the body. Then after I did this detox of the body, then I started to put in something. So first you need to clean, and then you are starting to put in. And I was doing like based on like how she taught me everything. I was cleaning gut, I was cleaning liver, I was cleaning lungs, and I was working in many organs of the body, and then also she was working on me, and then to helping me to fix myself. And surprisingly, in 2 months, I was already quite good. But of course, medications, what modern medicine is giving us, of course, it was helping me, but at the same time, it damaged my liver. So I was 1 extra months in the hospital just to clean my liver, to get out of the hospital. But after that, when I was going out, doctor told she don't understand how I healed because I was very bad. And she told me, like, when I was going out, I was already healthy and I was not in danger. She told that they even were surprised that I am alive because my blood works was so terrible that I need to prepare myself coffin, like such type of this situation. And she told, I don't know how you healed. We were preparing you for surgery. We were preparing you for becoming like permanent guest of the hospital, but you are out now. You are healthy. Everything, your lungs are healed. And I was sitting smiling, like telling, and I was thinking inside.
In a way, you're like, I have a little secret.
Yeah. I know my secret, but I will not tell you because now doctors starting to be more open. That time, 24 years ago, they would tell me, no, it's nothing. So I was not sharing my secret. I was keeping to myself. But of course, I was 23, I was still young, and I continue to do the things that young people do. But this was actually the start of my like natural energy healing learning. So then during the years, I was learning a little bit more something. I was like learning Vedic astrology to understand all birth chart and all meaning. And I was learning some other techniques. So I was also learning Reiki. Actually, the story why I learned Reiki, it was because from this tuberculosis, it was quite heavily damaged my immune system. It was somehow confused, and it developed autoimmune problem. It started with psoriasis, and then later, after 30, it was, I think I was 33, it developed also arthritis. Most probably arthritis was already developing earlier, but it started to give the signs after 30. And of course, when you have some problems, then you are learning more and more how to treat it, because modern medicine was telling that it is this psoriasis and arthritis is not treatable. We can give you pills just to keep up your condition, but unfortunately, we don't have anything to heal you fully. And of course, as anything else, I am not accepting answer no. And there is no way. I thought, okay, thank you for your offer. I will not take medicine because I read all the side effects. I will find a way how I will how I will heal myself. And of course, when I was starting, so you read all my list, what I learned. I was learning everything what is possible to find something that can help me.
Yeah.
And I would say that all techniques, everything, they are incredible, and everything is for something. Mm-hmm. But somehow during all these years, I was not feeling that one thing is not fully working for me. Something missing. Always was something missing, and that's because I was learning. Even I enjoyed Reiki. I become Reiki Master. I realized that not just with working with Reiki is not helping, and then I was learning again, and then I found out this the way how to heal yourself is diet. So I found this autoimmune protocol. I was starting with diet, and then I was, of course, experimenting on myself, and diet helped. Mm-hmm. But then that time I also learned the lesson. Just diet is not one thing. If you're taking something out, you need to put something in. Mm-hmm. And then you need to add the nutrition that you're taking out. You need to add in different way, in more healthy way. Because when you are cutting out, I cut out fully gluten. I cut out fully dairy. And there was also nightshades that I cut out. And I was not eating red meat. And there was quite much taken out from my menu, what was my daily menu before I started diet.
Yeah.
And then it's of course, I was healthy. I was feeling very good. Mm-hmm. I was feeling very good. But I started to notice that my hair is starting falling out because I didn't have enough protein and collagen. And then I started to learn about nutrition and vitamins and everything. So I understood where I made mistakes. So I was, let's say, that part I was learning by doing.
Yes. I think a lot of us do that aspect of learning by doing.
And after only that, but I was doing that, only then I started to learn how it must be done correctly.
Yeah. So it sounds like a lot of learning and experimenting and kind of figuring it out on your own has led you to this place you're in now and the method that you developed. I want to at the beginning of your story in that piece talking about, as a young professional and wanting to prove yourself in that and going up to the point of getting really sick, I think is something that probably a lot of the listeners can relate to in their job and kind of, feeling as though these are the expectations of the work. Is that something that continued for you as you continued to progress in your career?
Yeah, exactly. Of course, I was a little bit more aware of what can be resulted. But of course, higher I was going, more expectations was from me, and more responsibility and more stress and more problems. So actually I was quite high level finance expert. Before I was working in corporate for almost 20 years. So in one company and I was little step by step I was going up and I was even managing accounting departments in 3 countries. I'm finance director and I was part of the board, decision board in region. So it was quite high level finance position. And it was big responsibility. And of course you are stressed out and you are, again, missing something, not taking care of yourself. And this second, and then I think it was 2008 when I had feeling that arthritis is starting regressing. So I was not feeling so good, and this was the time when I was starting learn about diet and everything. So because that was my breaking point, that I was starting thinking maybe I need to start to use medicine. So something is not working, and then I after I joined some online groups where are people in and sharing stories how they feel using medicine, and then I realized, oh my God, this is not my future. I don't want to be one of them. And I needed to find something else. And then I started to search and I found about diets. And this is actually, it become better. And as always, when it's something you feel you crack the code and it's getting better, then life is preparing you for the next kick in the butt.
Absolutely.
And it was 2009. Yeah, 2009. And everything was fine. I was feeling good. Everything was good with job. And I was already like more or less calm with this let's say, storm was over. And then it happened, this announcement of headcount reduction. And I was in such wonderful situation that I was not in the country where I need to be because of my personal reasons. My husband needed to be in another country, and I travel with him and I work remotely. And they use this as excuse to make me at a part of the headcount reduction. Yeah. And of course, after long years building this career and like somehow identifying yourself with this finance expert, and then it's somebody kicking you out and you feel like you are like some kind of dog left outside of on the street after serving your master, and then it's like, okay, we don't need you anymore. And it was such a big crash on my ego.
Yeah.
And it was something what I didn't expect that it will be like so hard for me. And of course, as you know, emotions and all this stress what you are getting, it's immediately impacting your health. And at that moment, I was not thinking about how I'm impacting my health. I was very good. But in half of the months, it's in I think in several weeks, I was totally down.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You are very good.
Yeah.
And then in some weeks, you are totally off. I was like, I had the condition that I even couldn't stand from the chair. I was pushing myself up to stand up because it was this autoimmune reaction hit me so hard that it hit muscles and it also hit joints. And then I needed again to put myself together piece by piece.
Yeah.
And first I was using everything what I learned till then. And then I understood I need to learn more, and I was learning more. And this is when I learned about lymphatic system. I started to work with lymphatic system. I found out about meridians, how to work with meridians. And of course, with chakras, I was already working because of Reiki. I learned these techniques, how to balance chakras and work with chakras. And then I started to do Qigong because when you are already feeling pain everywhere, you can't do any kind of heavy exercise. Then I started to do it some gentle movements, and then I found how good this is energy exercising, so Qigong, and I was also implementing some other type of this energy exercises that was become my daily routines that I'm doing, and then many other things. Actually, in 2009 till 2019 till 2020. And also when COVID starts, I was also learning many things. And that was actually time when I decided, okay, I need to do something with that. And more than 20 years learning all these wonderful techniques. And I see how it's helping me because then I was totally down. And actually, in several months, I was more or less back on track. So of course, it took, to fully recover, it took a little bit longer. But anyway, it's quite fast. You can get out if you put mindset on that.
Yeah. I think that's an incredibly important piece, that recovery can happen, and it can even happen very quickly when you put the mindset toward that to implement and put that into your life and thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about yourself and your story in that regard. If you were to leave our audience members with one additional piece of advice, what would that be?
Okay, I would give as advice this my 5 keys. What I actually already included in my story is this 5 keys what I have for successful healing and also to increase energy and also to avoid possible burnout in the future. And the first key, as what we were just ended, is mind. Mind is a key. Mindset. Your mindset is very, very important. It's mindset you can crash yourself down. As in my story, when my mind put me in this situation that my autoimmune again broke and I was totally off. Or with mindset, you can put yourself up. Of course, everybody. We will have stress. We will have some kind of these situations in our life, but we need to manage these situations. We need to learn how to manage and not to make harm for ourselves. So mind is very important. And then second key is diet. So I already explained everything about diet and the importance of that. Then third key is moving, exercises, whatever kind of exercises that you're doing, even just walking on the street, it's also very good exercise. And the fourth key is energy. As I already told, energy is also helping in healing process. And the last key is you, because you are the one who making these decisions and you are the one who can empower yourself and make the right decisions for reaching your goals. So this can be like summary of everything that we were talking now during this.
Yeah, podcast. Absolutely. I love that. The kind of the unlocking the keys. So mind, diet, movement, energy, and you is so important in that aspect. Where might our listeners be able to find out more about you?
So they can find me in the Facebook. My private profile is Iveta Bartoloviča. And I also have my business profile, 5 Elements Coaching. So there, I think there is one more 5 Elements Coaching. Mine is with a logo where is black and gold 5 in. So Perfect. This is mine.
Listeners will make sure to have those specific links and the right links in the show notes.
Exactly. And also for business ladies who want to improve their health well-being. And also this is what I'm currently working on, is I created a Facebook group called International Business Ladies Health and Wellness Club. And this is where I'm sharing some tips and tricks already, what people, ladies can implement in their own life. And this will later become membership where I will teach ladies more. And the main theme of the membership will be 5 minutes boosts. So awesome. We are all busy and we don't need to have like 1 hour lesson. So will be working with like some small bites.
Yes, I love the small bites. I always talk about like micro steps and getting things in small pieces throughout our day.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
Thank you for inviting, and I hope listeners will find some valuable tips.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
What a great show in hearing from Iveta and her story and how it impacted her both early on in her career and later on in her career, and how she took the information that she learned and implemented a new method in these 5 keys to help us address our burnout and get into a space of recovery. And, you know, that mindset and the importance of first setting your mind, and then our diet and the impact that can have on our body. And we've definitely had a number of guests on our show that have talked about the impact of nutrition and diet, movement, and how important that is. So figuring out ways to move your body and what brings you joy in that aspect. You all know that I'm a big believer in play. So how can we move our bodies and play at the same time? The energy and that importance of bringing energy into our lives for burnout recovery. And finally, you and how to implement that for yourself, because it is a you plan and not a plan for anyone else. Before we move into our recovery moment, I'd like to remind you to Practice when it's safe, but also if you have not subscribed to this show yet, make sure you do that. Make sure that you get notified when the new shows drop every Tuesday. Go ahead and give us that 5-star ranking and leave a review. And if you're so inclined, feel free to share this with someone who might need to hear this message again today. Today's reflection is going to be focused on being aware during our ever-changing world. So the world is always changing on us, and we find that there's a great way and a way that we want to be aware in doing that. So let's get started. All right, dear listeners, as we move into our recovery moment, take a moment to settle yourself, settle into the body. Take a deep breath with me in through your nose and out. And let's begin. The very nature of mindfulness is to tune in to your experience at any given moment, noticing as you go that every experience is impermanent. That is to say, everything is always changing. Feelings come and go, thoughts arise and pass, and sounds pop up and disappear. We can use this changing nature as the object of our awareness during the day. Tuning in to all change in the world will help you identify impermanence in action and give you a variety of things to focus on. Sit outside near a window and leave the eyes open. Set your intention to rest in awareness of your present time experience. Place the awareness on the body and the breath. Take in where you are and how you are sitting right now. Begin by noticing where you can feel motion in the body as you sit still. Rest with the breath and pay attention to the abdomen, chest, shoulders, and anywhere else you can sense the change. Open your sense of hearing. Notice the presence of any noises, specifically tuning in to their changing nature. You may hear cars coming and going, your breath flowing in and out, birds chirping and stopping, or any other sounds as they arise and eventually fade away. When a sound comes into your awareness, focus on it for a few moments before opening up to other sounds again. Finally, use your sense and sight and see movement in the world. What can you see that is moving or changing? There may be obvious movement like cars driving, trees blowing in the wind, or people on the move. You may also notice subtle signs of movement and change, like the browning leaves of autumn, clouds floating across the sky, or a pothole that has been growing. Notice these changes. Notice the ever-changingness of your present space. You can try this again at a later time, and I encourage you to sit for a few minutes, up to 10, and just allow these sensations to move throughout your body. When you're ready, reground yourself, planting your feet into the floor, feeling the weight of your legs on the chair, taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. One more deep breath in and a long breath out. And when you're ready, you can return to your day. Thank you so much for joining me on today's show. Remember, for more recovery moments, you can follow me at Dr. Kate Steiner on Instagram, and be sure to subscribe to the From Burnout to Recovery Show YouTube channel. I'm grateful to our guest, Iveta, and I am grateful to each of you for listening. Thank you for joining us today on the From Burnout to Recovery Show with Dr. Kate on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Kate, and I wish you peace on your journey. Thank you for joining me on the front porch today. Remember that you can download your free Burnout to Recovery Reflection Journal on my website, drkatesteiner.com. And be well, my friends. Thank you for joining me, Dr. Kate, on the From Burnout to Recovery Show, where you are starting your journey to burnout recovery. You are invited to join me on the front porch every second and fourth Friday of the month on transformationtalkradio.com to continue growing in resilience and integrating recovery into your daily life. If you would like to learn more or find out how to work with me, visit liftwellnessconsulting.com.